Welcome back, enthusiasts. In today's video, we're diving deep into the science of tray-drying cannabis. By the end of this video, we will discuss how to set up a drying area, environmental management, and the drying process. Chapter 1. Drying cannabis. Drying cannabis is a crucial step in the post-harvest process that prepares your buds for curing, storage, and eventual consumption. Think of it as the bridge between a fresh harvest and the final product. While often overlooked in favor of the vegetative and flowering stages, the drying process is what locks in the flavors, aromas, and potency of the final product. This stage involves carefully reducing the moisture content in the plant material to preserve its integrity. Freshly harvested cannabis contains a significant amount of water, which can account for up to 80% of its weight. If this moisture isn't removed in a controlled and gradual manner, the plant's buds are at serious risk of developing mold and mildew, rendering them unsafe for consumption. This is why drying cannabis plants correctly is a crucial step in ensuring a high-quality final product that is safe, effective, and enjoyable. Drying is essentially a slow dehydration process. To do it correctly, you need to create an environment where moisture leaves the plant at a controlled rate. Too fast, and you'll trap chlorophyll and harsh compounds inside the buds, resulting in a grassy flavor. Too slow, and you risk mold growth. Beyond preservation, drying initiates chemical changes within the plant. Cannabinoids like THC and CBD are still in their acidic forms, also known as THCA and CBDA, right after harvest. The drying process helps to stabilize the terpenes and begins the decarboxylation process, which modifies these acids into their active forms. There are several methods for drying cannabis, depending on your setup, preferences, and scale of operation. The most common include hang drying, tray drying, and box drying. Chapter 2. Tray drying. Tray drying is a method of curing freshly harvested cannabis by placing the plant material on mesh or stackable racks. These racks are specifically designed to allow air to circulate freely around the buds, promoting even drying. This can be an ideal method for beginners or those with limited space by offering a straightforward, efficient, and economical way to dry cannabis. The simplicity of placing buds on stackable racks and monitoring basic conditions like humidity and temperature makes it particularly appealing to new growers. This method also provides excellent space efficiency by allowing cultivators to maximize vertical space and small compact areas. Furthermore, the mesh design of the racks promotes even drying by ensuring air circulates around each bud, reducing the risk of mold and mildew. Finally, the lightweight and portable nature of the racks makes them easy to move if adjustments to the drying environment are needed. Now that we've covered some background on today's topic, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mars Hydro. As much as I like being hands-on in the grow room, the truth is, sometimes life gets in the way, and that's where Mars Hydro comes in. Since 2009, Mars Hydro has been focused on LED grow lighting and indoor cultivation equipment, with products that cover everything from the grow itself to what happens after harvest. Over the years, that product lineup has expanded beyond lighting and grow tents to include tools designed to help growers through each stage of the growing and harvesting process. One product that I find interesting and think could be especially useful during harvest is the Mars Hydro 13-inch bud leaf bowl trimmer. The thing that I really like about this bowl trimmer is that it gives growers another option for processing larger batches without having to manually trim every single piece. You simply place the plant material inside, turn the hand crank, and the trimming system removes excess leaf material as everything moves around inside the bowl. It can also be used for both wet and dry trimming, depending on the way you prefer to process your harvest. And this brings us to another product I wanted to talk about, the Mars Hydro 4-layer mesh drying rack. This item is 24 inches in diameter, has 4 separate drying chambers, is made from breathable mesh, and is water resistant. By spreading the buds out across the breathable mesh layers, you can help create more even airflow around the material, which supports a more consistent and uniform drying process. And finally, one of the things that I really like about this product is that once you're finished using it, the entire rack collapses down into a much smaller package and can be stored basically anywhere. And this leads us to our next item, the Mars Hydro Lockable Bamboo Storage Box. This storage box is made from natural bamboo and gives growers a dedicated place to organize and store everything once the drying process is complete. So rather than having containers, trimming tools, and accessories scattered around, you have one organized place where everything can be kept together when you're not using it. It also has a built-in metal combination lock to make sure your items always remain secure. So whether you're putting together a new 4x4 grow setup, preparing for an upcoming harvest, or just trying to make your post-harvest routine more efficient, definitely check out Mars Hydro. And if you decide to pick something up, you can use discount code GUY for 3% off. I'll leave links for the Mars Hydro 13-inch bud leaf bowl trimmer, 4-layer mesh drying rack, and lockable bamboo storage box in the description below. Thanks again to Mars Hydro for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to today's topic. Chapter 3. Tray Drying Tips. First, you'll need to create an environment that has proper ventilation, as well as temperature and humidity controls that can ensure optimal drying conditions. Even though racks save space, you'll still need a dedicated area where you can maintain these conditions. The initial investment for the racks themselves is relatively low, but additional tools such as hygrometers, fans, and dehumidifiers may be required to create the ideal drying environment. Another factor to consider is trimming preferences. Today, many growers prefer wet trimming, which simply means they remove excessive leaves and stems before drying to reduce bulk and speed up the process. On the other hand, some growers prefer dry trimming, where the leaves stay on during drying and are removed afterward, helping slow moisture loss and prevent over-drying. The choice between wet and dry trimming often depends on personal preference, the desired outcome, and the drying conditions available. Traditionally, the tray drying process typically takes 7 to 14 days, depending on the environmental conditions. The ideal drying environment for cannabis is a temperature of 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, with relative humidity levels between 55 and 65%. During this period, the buds should dry slowly and evenly to preserve their terpenes and cannabinoids. Rushing the process by increasing temperature or airflow can result in a harsh, less flavorful product, while inadequate drying risks mold development. Knowing when your cannabis is ready involves a combination of touch, observation, and something called the snap test. When the buds are ready, they will feel dry to the touch, but not overly brittle or crumbly. If they still feel moist or spongy, they likely need more time. Achieving the perfect dryness is a balance. Overly dry cannabis can degrade cannabinoids and terpenes, while under-dried cannabis risks mold during storage. Chapter 4. Set up drying area. The first step is to create a plan for selecting a suitable location. Keep in mind that proper airflow is essential, so ensure the area can accommodate oscillating fans to gently circulate air. As mentioned earlier, you'll also need tools such as drying racks, a hygrometer to monitor humidity, a thermometer to measure temperature, and possibly a humidifier or dehumidifier depending on the environment. When setting up your drying racks, position them about 6 to 12 inches apart and place the top rack at a height that is easy to access, while ensuring the bottom rack is not too close to the floor. By keeping the lower rack elevated, it helps to maintain proper airflow and prevents exposure to dust or contaminants. Additionally, make sure the racks are kept horizontal to prevent the buds from sliding or bunching together, which can cause uneven drying or unwanted compression. Once the racks are set up, arrange the buds in a single layer. Since smaller buds dry faster than larger ones, grouping them together allows you to easily remove them once they're ready without disrupting the drying process for the larger buds. This thoughtful organization not only ensures consistent results, but also makes managing the drying process more efficient and hassle-free. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of today's episode. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you're always up to date with our latest content. And I would love to hear from you. Comment below with your thoughts, questions, or experiences with your drying process. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, keep being awesome and stay curious, my friends.